be on the YouTube channel. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Shout out to everybody that tapping into this impromptu live, and shout out to everybody that's on the replay. Let me send out the bat signal right quick, and then we're gonna get to it. Let me hold on one second. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me copy this link, send out the bat signal, and then we're gonna get into it, man. Go to my channel. Y'all bear with me for 1 second while I get myself together. Copy link. Oh my God, did my mama mess y'all up? Oh my God, she did. Timothy, call your grandma and ask her not to keep calling me. I'm on live on my phone. Huh? I'm saying call her. Call her and tell her don't keep calling me. Hold on, man. My mama done. Am I back? Am I back? It's send her a text and tell her don't call me. Y'all, hold on, man. My mama. I'm sorry, y'all on YouTube, but my mama done called me, and she messing up my IG right now. She like the IG is going crazy. I'm about to restart the live. I'm about to restart the live because she. Hold on. I don't know why it does that. Whenever I get a phone call, hello. Okay. Whenever I get a phone call, it go like my IG, like other people, when they get phone calls, it don't interrupt their IG live. But if I get a phone call, it make my IG live go crazy. All right. Now let me see. I'm trying to send out the back signal. Right. I'm trying to send out the back signal now. Now hopefully I got it right. Add everyone. Pull up on YouTube. Yes, notify everybody. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. What's going on, man? What's up, Mendez? What's up, Hines? I ain't expect nobody to pull up because this impromptu. This is impromptu. I ain't expect nobody to pull up. But again, if y'all want to see anything, if I share anything on the screen, if you want to see what's on the screen, go to YouTube. We're going back to the old school days where I'm rocking IG and YouTube at the same time, right? I um I let's get into it. Let me hit share screen real quick. Let me hit share screen real quick. Just in case I want to show something on the screen. And now. Okay. What we talk about today, right? What we talk about today. I got a whole lot going through my mind right now. You know what I'm saying? Some good, some bad. I'm trying to take my sweetie advice. When she be trying to get me to withstrain that Fort Lauderdale in me, when she be trying to get me to withstrain that Fort Lauderdale in me, and not just speak on everything. Let me for those that don't know who I am, you know what I'm saying? My name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Algo's internet every single day and talk about the price action, trying to help somebody like you, and maybe even you, if you on IG, get your aha moment when it comes to trading, investing, all things stock market, right? And being that I told you that my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. and I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, there are some, and I ain't gonna say sometimes, anytime somebody say something to me, it's just something in me where I can't allow people to feel like they got one over on me, no matter what it is. It could be something this small to anybody else, but if I feel attacked in any kind of way, if I feel somebody questioning my character, if I feel anybody questioning my manhood, it can be this small, it can be the smallest thing to anybody else. I can't allow it go without me saying at least something. But I'm taking my wife's advice, and I'm trying to not speak on everything, right? Not speak on everything. With that being said, like I tell y'all, all 2023, right? All 2023, we are, right? And when I say we, I'm talking about the Spider game, right? We are going to protect our peace above all else. Above all else, right? We protecting our peace above all else, right? We got a mission, an unspoken mission. I probably have said it before, but we're gonna try to get rid of all this negativity in the trading community, right? If there's any negativity in my total, whatever circumference, it can be the circumference, it can be the radius, it can be the complete diameter, it can, if it's anything near me, I'm cutting it off. All 2023 and moving forward, we cutting off all negativity, right? Anything in life and in trading, more so in trading, because for some reason there is so much negativity in the trading community, right? There is so much negativity in the trading community, right? Tim, where you going with this? I'm glad you asked that question, little Timmy Rogers. Let me share my screen, right? Let me share my screen, and then I'm going to get into it. I'm going to get into the notes I want to share, but I just want to say this piece first. We stay in positive, right? For some reason, right, I didn't save the picture. I wish I would have saved the picture, but I'm pretty sure I can find one relatively quick. I'm pretty sure and this ain't no shot at nobody, but I'm pretty sure I can find one relatively quick. Let me find I saw one on my timeline. Oh, you know what? Did I put it on my own page? Did I share it on my own page? No, I didn't. I didn't share the pic. I tweeted something. I tweeted something, but I didn't share the picture. Right? How do I find my tweets? Okay. Okay, this part of it here too. All right. Okay. All right, that's when I said I was like, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll notice I just been putting stuff on my timeline where I say I'm just gonna sit this right here, right? And I'm just gonna sit this right here's those are things that I want to say, but the way little Timmy Rogers said it's gonna come off wrong, but it says exactly what I want to say. Those are things I'm trying to find the comment that I made, that's gonna fit to my point, right? And of course I can't find it now, but either way it go, right? I need to find a comment so I can get to it. Michael Jordan, stick to mine. Nope, that's not it. Oh, let me go to Lex, because it was I commented on Lex thing. And then but Lex be tweeting a million things, so I can't even find it on her page. Nope, that's not that one. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway. Right there. There it is. Right there. There it is. Right there it is. Right here. This is the comment I made right here. Right. And this is dealing with part of what I want to say. Right. So now let me find a picture. Right. Just gonna type in indicators on charts. I'm gonna get to it, y'all. Images. Okay, perfect image right here. Right. And this ain't no shot at nobody at all. Right. Because this is how I used to set up my charts. Right. I need some more stuff on there. I need Bollinger Bands because you got MACD, RSI. I need Bollinger Bands because I had Bollinger Bands, MACD, RSI, everything on my chart, right? I had everything on my chart. I had MACD, RSI, Bollinger Bands, everything, all over my chart. It was crazy. This is good enough right here, right? That's good enough right there. That picture right there, good enough. Can I make that picture bigger? I can't make that picture bigger. Right. So, what are you saying, Tim? This is what I'm saying. Right? When I first started trading, right? When I first started trading, and I was trying to learn, I learned what was out there. People was, teaching stuff, and this stuff worked for me. It worked for me, right? But then there came a point, right? And that's where this comment come from that I was talking about that I responded. Right there, right? Because Lex said, I still can't believe there was a point in time I had Bollinger Bands, RSI, 7 million touches, multiple ESAs on my chart. And to top it off, I ain't know nothing about economic calendar, was trading on a hope and prayer every day. I said, you are not alone in my Michael Jackson voice, right? But what's weird is that that I was praised as a wise and great trader by the masses, that supposed to be by the masses back then. But now that I found something that's far more accurate, I'm in a cult, I'm a fanboy, and I'm brainwashed. Right? I'm in a cult, I'm a fanboy, and I'm brainwashed. I was even told by somebody I consider to be a friend that I stand up and defend this person every time somebody says something about him. Right? I was told I stand up and defend this person every time somebody says something about him. Right? I've never once defended Michael Huddleston. I don't know Michael Huddleston. I'm thankful that I found his teachings. Right? But mind you, back when I was back, if I shared something on Al Gore's internet and it looked like this right here, I was praised as a great wise trader. Right? And why is that, Tim? Because this is what's accepted by the masses. as being technical analysis. This is what's accepted by the masses as being technical analysis. So this has value. This is like the dollar versus the denarii. The denarii is not accepted by the masses as a currency. So the denarii has no value. The dollar is accepted by the masses as the currency right now, anyway. So the dollar has value, right? So back when I was posting the dollar, I was praised as a very wise trader. I was praised as, oh, he know what he doing. Oh, that boy good. Right? Back then, if anybody said something that I didn't like, and I checked them for trying me, I was just, hey, it wasn't no big deal. I wasn't standing up defending whoever invented this volume thing. I wasn't standing up and defending whoever invented Bollinger Bands. I wasn't standing up defending whoever made RSI. I wasn't standing up defending whoever made MACD. I wasn't a fanboy for technical analysis. You know, I wasn't anti everything in the world if I was sharing stuff like this right here, no matter who I got it from. When I shared, shout out my homeboy Jason Sweetie. If I shared something look like this right here, and I shouted out Jason Sweetie, I wasn't a fanboy of Jason Sweetie. If I posted something that looked like this right here, and I shouted out my little sister Kiki Williams, I wasn't a fanboy of Kiki Williams. No matter who I talked about, when I shared stuff that I learned, I wasn't a fanboy. I wasn't in a cult. But now that I have found something far more accurate for me, and then I share my chart that look a little different, and I shout out the person that I learned it from, now I'm in a cult. Now I'm a fanboy. Right? And then if somebody attack my character, or if I feel attacked, then I'm standing up and defending somebody I don't know. I don't know this man. I don't know this man. So I'm not defending that man. I'm defending me. Because you're checking me. You're saying something about me that's not true. Just like you can't get on, like you can't get on TV and say a basic statement about an entire people without getting in trouble. Right? So when you shoot out blanket statements, oh, I ain't talking about, yes, you are, because I use those techniques. So when you say anything derogatory toward the people who use them techniques, you're talking about me. And it's just that Fort Lauderdale, Florida in me that won't let me lay down and not say something about it. Right? So in 2023 and beyond, it started back when I retired. I choose peace. And I'm telling y'all to choose peace. Cut everything off that interferes with your peace. Cut it off. If it interferes with your peace, especially if it's on the internet, cut it off. Unsubscribe from it. If I interfere with your peace, cut me off. Unsubscribe from my page. Unfollow me on all my social media. If I interfere with your peace, cut me off. Cut off everything that interfere with your peace. Because in 2023, we get into peace, harmony, building real generational wealth. all of that old negativity mindset. I heard DL, we gonna get into my notes and other stuff I want to say in a minute. But I heard DL Hughley say something that made so much sense, right? He said, these ain't his exact words, but this how I heard it. I can't stand when people say black folk got a crab in the bucket mentality when the crab wasn't supposed to be in the bucket in the first place. Let that sink in for a minute. And if it ain't sinking in fast enough, let me share what I got from it. You're attacking the crab for struggling trying to get out of the bucket. Yeah, he might grab onto another crab because it ain't nothing else to grab in the bucket. He might grab on that crab trying to pull himself out. But you should be attacking the person that put him in the bucket in the first place. You're attacking the crab for trying to do whatever he got to do to survive. And you ain't saying nothing to the person that put him in the bucket in the first place. The crab ain't supposed to be in the bucket in the first place. So why you mad at the crab? Now that I done said all that. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing, man? I'm in my church shirt. You hear me? How y'all doing, man? Let me share what I got to say, man. Hey, look here. Speaking of Michael J. Huddleston, for anybody who don't know who that is, his name, they call him ICT. He's a 50-year-old dude just like me. I'm 50. He's 50 years old. I get him. I understand him. And I follow his teachings when it comes to the stock market, right? When it comes to trading. Now, what really sparked me to do this impromptu live was one, Black Spiders and Gold members. We're not going to do a weekend chart prep today because tomorrow is a holiday. When my sweetie get back from getting the hair done, we're just going to be chilling and relaxing. So I'm doing an impromptu live to share a few notes from ICT's Twitter space and to address a lot of questions that I've been getting via DM on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start doing the lives again where I just got my Instagram open, but I'm just going to be talking primarily to YouTube, right? So let's get the DM questions out of the way first. The overall story of the DM questions is, what ICT strategy you fill in the blank, right? What ICT strategy you fill in the blank? Help you walk away? Do you use for your entries? Do you like the most? Will be helpful for a beginner? What ICT strategy you fill in the blank, right? So let's address that first and foremost, right? And in an effort to extend the olive branch, if you will, because I know I can be harsh and I know I can come off a little rough around the edges, as the homie Dave said the other night when we was on a runner's call. He was like, Tim, that's that Fort Lauderdale in you. I agree. I'm a little rough around the edges. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that because I'm gonna be who I am, right? Now, in an effort to extend an olive branch, this is just my way of trying to clarify, and it's hard to sum up all of ICT's teaching in one sitting. It's impossible. I ain't gonna say hard, it's impossible. But this is my way to extend some type of clarification, if you will, for people who don't subscribe to it, for people who just don't want to listen to it, for people who just dismiss it without even giving it a try because they think it's just another way of doing technical analysis, right? For all of the people that's DMing me and asking me what ICT strategy y'all fill in the blank, the first thing, right, that ICT stresses is understanding you. What type of trader are you? Understanding you. That's the first, that's the most overwhelmingly huge part of it. So when you DM me and ask me what ICT strategy you fill in the blank, it's not about the strategy. It has nothing to do with the strategy, right? Because most time when people ask me what ICT strategy, they're looking for an entry. They want to know what entry method do I use? And that brings me to the second point I want to make that ICT stresses. The entry is the least important part of the strategy. He stressed that all the time. If you take the time to sit down and listen to his rants, he stressed that all the time. The entry is the least important part of the strategy, right? And again, I'm not defending Michael. I'm answering questions that people sent to me, right? I'm not trying to convert anybody. I'm answering questions that people sent to me. People ask me questions about the strategies that I employ or deploy or use or whatever the word is I need right now. So that's what I'm doing, right? The entry is the least important part of the strategy, right? We as people, we look for the path of least resistance. We're like electricity, maybe because our body is an electrically charged entity, right? Maybe that's why we look for the path of least resistance, right? But we want to get on Al Gore's internet and look for the new shiny piece of material. The flavor of the month this month is new week opening gaps and new day opening gaps, right? Why is that the flavor of the month? Because Michael gave it a name and put it on Twitter, put it on YouTube. It started trending. When somebody saw him put NWOG on his chart, it started trending on Twitter, right? So it's the new flavor of the month. But guess what? If you listen to his content, he talked about new week opening gaps and new date opening gaps so long ago. So long ago. The only difference is he recently, in one of his Twitter spaces, dropped the gem of keeping it on your chart for 4 to 5 week back on new week opening gaps and keeping it on your chart for like 2 weeks back for new date opening gaps, right? Now, that is no different. A lot of us came together through the Come Up series. That is no different than Mark Monroe when he told you he was giving you bits at a time, because you weren't ready for everything at once. That's what teachers do in school. Your teachers in school don't give you the whole course in one day. They break it down over 4 quarters. Each quarter got 9 weeks in it. They break it down over the entire year so that you can learn all of this lesson plan. They don't give it to you all at one time. They give it to you in small bite-sized chunks so that you can eat it, right? But what we don't want to do, we don't want to do the work. We want to get to the fast part. Just give me the entry, tell me how to do the entry, and I'm good. I'm gonna go make money. So again, what ICT strategy you fill in the blank, right? If you're not doing the work, no ICT entry model is going to help you. No ICT entry model is going to help you. Right? You might as well go back, put all your indicators on the chart, and then just react based off the indicators. Because if you learn one of ICT entry models without doing the work, you're just guessing. You're just guessing. And it's not fault of the entry model. It's the fault because you didn't do the work. Right? So, first of all, you got to figure out what kind of trader you are. What's your trader identity? Are you a day trader? Are you a swing trader? Are you not a trader at all? You just a long-term investor, right? How are you going to identify this? Right? How am I going to identify my trader identity, Tim? I'm glad you asked that question, little Timmy Rogers. By sim trading. Sim trading, and some people call it paper trading. I call it sim trading. Sim trading, and that's how you identify what kind of trader you are, right? If you can't handle the pressure of day trading, if you get worked up, if you feel feverish, you sweating, you feel like you're gonna have a panic attack, you can't stay focused, you can't stay controlled, you're probably not a day trader, right? If you worrying about your positions overnight or over weeks, and you scared to stay in them, you can't let it go the course. If you know you're letting it go against you too long, you probably shouldn't be trading at all. But you may not be a swing trader, right? If you just want to put your money somewhere and let it grow for you over time, you don't want to be in the rat race of the up and down, you probably a long-term investor. But only you can identify what type of trader you are. I can't answer that for you. So I can't give you what ICT strategy you fill in the blank. I can't give that to you. I'm sorry. So I can't give that to you. Right? And then a lot of time I'm hesitant to share what works best for me because I know you're asking the question because you just want to copy somebody else. It's not about copying somebody else. And we're all no matter how much a person get in front of you and say, this is how I do it, go and create your own. We want the path of least resistance. This is already working for him. This is already working for her. I'm just going to do the same thing. I beg you, come up with your own strategy. I personally did the work and I came up with my own strategy. And guess what? It's very close. There's only one slight difference between my own strategy built off ICT's teachings and his 2022 mentorship model. There's only one difference. And you can go back and check the tape because I'm a man of my word. You can go back and check the tape because Lex and I talked about it on the Come Up series. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it on the Come Up series. I talked about it before going on the Come Up series. And this was before, you know what I'm saying, he had dropped it, the 2022 mentorship model. Right? So, Tim, you can't tell me what ICT strategy you fill in the blank. What can you help me with? Well, I can guide you in a direction, right? If you want to completely understand Michael's teachings, if you want to completely understand Michael's teachings, right? It's a lot, but go to his YouTube channel, right? Go to his YouTube channel, right? And go to his playlist that says, go through all of the playlists that says, it'll change this up. It's a, the core content, This is month 9, month. Okay. Okay, right here. So it said it started 2016 and it go through 2017. 2016 core content lectures, right? That's the first one. And then month 2, month 3, month 4, it go through 12 months, right? It goes all the way through 12 months, right? If you want to learn what ICT strategy you fill in the blank, where I personally recommend you to start is to go and start looking at the 2016, 2017 core content lectures, go through them at a snail's pace, taking notes, right? So that you can figure out what his strategy really is. And then you can go from his strategy, you can start to take his teachings, and then you can formulate your own entry model based off his teachings and his strategy, right? To sum up his strategy in a nutshell, right? Just to sum it up in a nutshell, time and price. Time is the most important. It's all based, it's algorithmic based. So time is the most important part of it, and price, right? Well, Tim, what about price? If you do the work, you understand what about price. Tim, what about time? If you do the work, you'll understand about time. So again, if you want to know what ICT strategy, you fill in the blank, I personally recommend you starting with the core content stuff and go through the whole thing. Well, Tim, why do you recommend that? Because that's his mentorship that he used to sell from whenever he started doing it up until 2021. That's what he used to walk his mentors through, his mentees through on a month, however they did it, in his membership, in his mentor membership. This is the content that he used to use to teach, guide, and mentor them, right? Start there. Then once you do the work on that, right, he goes live every single day on YouTube. He tweets every single day on YouTube. But if you tap into his lives without doing the work, you're going to be lost. Let me come on full screen for this. If you tap into his lives without doing the work, you're going to be lost. You're going to think he's just this arrogant butthole. You're going to come with all of the prejudice that Al Gore's internet put on him and everybody that follows his teachings. I know, I get it, because I follow his teachings. So I get attacked because I follow his teachings, right? But the difference is between me and somebody else. When you attack me, I'm going to attack back. You hit me, I'm going to hit back. I don't care what it's about. And I don't care if you feel like I'm defending him. You hit me, I'm going to hit you back. You hear me? And that's that Lauderdale in me. But do the work first and then tap into his lives, right? Well, Tim, I know how to analyze different markets. I know how to look at the economic calendar. I know how to follow the news. I know how to, I'm well versed in all things trading. What do you recommend to me? The core content, go through all 12 months. There's no shortcut in the core content, go through all 12 months. Right? The primer course, it's shortcuts in there. the sniper basics, the shortcuts in there. All of the free stuff he used to do on YouTube, like it's shortcuts. It's shortcuts and all of that stuff. The 2022 mentorship, shortcuts. If you go through the core content, the 2022 mentorship makes perfect sense to you. If you go through the core content, the 2022 mentorship makes perfect sense to you. But when you look for the shortcuts, don't waste your time. I can't recommend nothing. I can't recommend you trading breakers. I can't recommend you trading fair value gaps. I can't recommend you trading order. I can't recommend no ICT entry models if you don't go through the core content. That's just my humble opinion, because it ain't no shortcuts in the 2022 model. Zero shortcuts at all. No shortcuts. So, be you a novice, be you highly skilled, be you just okay. If you want to, if asking from this day forward, if you get ready to DM me or you get ready to ask a question in my comments, what ICT model you fill in the blank, just remember right here, whatever this timestamp is on this video, go through the core content, month 1 through 12. And then you'll be able to figure out what ICT model fill in the blank. We got that. So that sums up all the questions in one, because that's the answer. That's the answer. But when we ask questions like that, we're looking for the shortcut. We're looking for the shortcut. Hey, what ICT model did you use to pass that funded account? Hey, what ICT model did you use to go through the core content? Learn who you are first as a trader. Learn who you are first as a trader. While you're learning who you are as a trader, learn how to read the price action. Right? Because I've been, you know what? Before I even started like really being real heavy into the stuff that Michael teach, and you can go back and check the tape from when I was in S2F and before then, right? I used to always say, and everybody know this, not just me, indicators are lagging, and indicators come from the price action. Price action is how they create every indicator that's out there. I don't care what indicator you use when it can be a Bollinger Band, it can be anything. It comes from the price action. And the indicators can only tell you what happened. It can't tell you what's going to happen. But price will always tip its hand of what it wants to do. If you are patient enough to wait on that tip, your consistency and profitability will skyrocket. If you're patient, and you notice I didn't say if you perfect your entry. I said if you're patient enough. And what does that have to do with? Controlling yourself. Self-mastery. Keeping your emotions in check. People think your entry setup is so important to, and again, going back to what ICT teaches, the entry is the least important part of the strategy. Emotions, risk management. Emotions, you control emotions and control risk management, you'll be good. All you got to do is not get emotional and don't lose more money than you make. There you go. There you go. That's what you need. You don't need an ICT strategy. You don't need a whatever else strategy. You need to control your emotions and not lose more money than you make. Voila! You are a profitable trader. But we're just looking for the shortcuts. And when you're imitating somebody and you don't know why that you should take that entry now, or why you shouldn't take that entry now, you're never going to be successful until you learn the why, till you understand the why, no matter what strategy you use. If you're part of a call out service, stop wasting your freaking money. Because if that person that's sending out the signals, God forbid something happens to them, how are you going to be profitable now? You're going to go pay somebody else to send out signals to you? Because all you're doing is buying and selling because they say so. Do the work. Do the work. Now, let me share a couple notes that I took from ICT's Twitter space for the Spider Gang who don't like to sit through his Twitter spaces because they can be a lot. But hey, I'm 50. I'm a 50-year-old man, so hey, I like to run like some people can't sit through this right now. This is irritating as I don't know what to some people, right? But guess what? I did all that ranting and all that talking, and now I'm fun to share a couple things that I found the value out of his Twitter space, right? A lot of the stuff he talked about in the Twitter space is elementary ICT. If you have gone through the core content, a lot of the stuff he talked about was elementary. I didn't bother making notes on that, right? The only thing I did make a note on that's really elementary, and it's because it's the new flavor of the month. It's the new flavor of the month, and I know it's a lot of people who not doing the work and they just jumping on the new flavor of the month. So, new week opening gaps, right? They will attract in consolidation and repel in a trend. What do you mean by that, Tim? That's just the way I wrote it down. That ain't how he said it, but that's what made sense in my mind. Now, if we're in consolidation, let me show it to you on the chart, right? I put this on the chart because I wanted to share this. Move this out the way. I put this on the chart because I want to share. I don't need that. I can close that. Don't need that. I can close that. Y'all hold on for us. Give me 1 second real quick. Give me 1 second real quick. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. But last night when I sat down, I had put some stuff on the chart while I was listening to this Twitter space and making some notes. And now let me show you what I'm talking about, right? Because last week was a good example of what I just said, right? Since like new week opening gaps is the flavor of the month, right? And if you look right here, okay. For those who don't know, right? We talk about this me and the gang talk about this all the time, right? I ran the fibs from this low right here up to that high right there, right? So that was the Friday's low up till Tuesday's high, right? And equilibrium is right there, right? I ran that fib just to, test what we always talk about, where price likes to consolidate at equilibrium, right? So I ran that fib there, and it makes sense when we drop down to the lower time frame. Now, the flavor of the month has been new week opening gaps, right? So you got new week opening gap here, new week opening gap there, new week opening gap there, and one further down, like down a small new week opening gap there, right? So this new week opening gap was for this week, the one right here where I got my mouse hovered around there, right around here. This was for this week, right? And then this one up here was a new week opening gap for back over here between February 3rd and February 6th, right? And then we had one from back here between January 27th and January 30th, right? So, mind you, this right here, if, right, you learn to read the price action, if you learn to read the price action, and the Black Spider members know this, right? I'm on a journey to learn how to read the price action as accurate as Michael Huddleston, right? That's my journey, right? And why is that my journey? Because I've never been a one-trick pony, right? I want to be able to look at this chart and trade any entry model that I want. I don't want to be limited to the liquidity run reversal. I don't want to be limited to that. I want to just be able to look at this chart and take any entry I want. That's just my personal take. I advise people just learn the content and perfect one model, one entry technique. But I want to do it all. That's just me, right? Now, the reason why I'm saying that now, because if you on his last Twitter space, right? Not the one from this Saturday, but the Saturday before that, or was it the live? It might have been like either the Sunday live or the Twitter space, whatever it was, right? If you notice right here, right between between February 1st and February 2nd, there's a daily volume imbalance. There's a bullish daily volume imbalance, right? Between February 3rd and February 6th, there's a bearish daily volume imbalance, right? He said, mark those two out as two separate volume imbalances. Do not make them as one big section because they overlap. Mark them out as two separate volume imbalances and watch how price reacts to those volume imbalances, right? And he also said, watch the new week opening gaps, right? How price acts as a magnet to the new week open. This before the week started. And he was like, we are likely to have a consolidation week, and pay attention to those two daily volume imbalances and pay attention to the new week opening gaps. He said we're likely to have because he got market profiles. If you look at the content, he got market profiles that he see the profile forming, and he gives his expectation for the week. If you go through the work, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So he said the profile was going to likely be the consolidation week with a Thursday, Friday expansion, right? A consolidation week with a Thursday, Friday expansion. Watch these two daily these two volume imbalances, and watch the new week opening gaps, right? Now, dropping down to the 15-minute time frame, let's go listen to the noise. If y'all been noticing lately, I've been posting stuff saying, shh, I'm listening to the noise. Because there's a lot of people, what I'm saying, especially like the throwback traders and investors, they say that the intraday is just noise, right? Remember that fib I told you I ran between that price leg when me and the gang, we be talking about that all the time? What price doing most of the consolidating at? Right? What price doing most of the consolidating? Right there. Right at what do I like to call it? Equilibrium. Right there at equilibrium. So, right? New week opening gaps, attract and consolidation and repel and trends. So what the reason why I wrote it like that is because he talked about if you've profiled the week to be a consolidation with a Thursday Friday expansion, right? And just what he called for, a consolidation with Thursday Friday expansion, right? This is the new week opening gap for this week. This is when we opened up right here, right? This is when price opened up. This is the new week opening gap. Price went down to the new week opening gap that was below it. Price came back to this new week opening gap, used it as support. It used that new week opening gap as support, had a reverse, had a breaking market structure to the upside, came back to the new week opening gap, used it broke through it, used it as support, went up to the new week opening gap prior to it, right? Consolidated, ran up, hit consequent encroachment on a wick, taking out the buy side, fooling people that want to take a breakout, went up there to consequent encroachment of a wick, reversed hard, came back down, right? Went back up, right? Hit this probably close to consequent encroachment or went into the rejection block somewhere. I ain't running the fields right now to check it, but then it came right back down to where this week's new week opening gap went back up to what? The new week opening gap above it, hung out around equilibrium, right? Right, hung around equilibrium and the new week opening gap, pushed up, dropped like it was hot, went to this week's opening gap, pushed back up to the new week opening gap above it, dropped it like it was hot, came back down to where the new week opening gap prior to it, took out the sell side, ran the sell side over here, and then came back to where the new week opening gap prior to this one right here. So new week opening gaps attract in consolidation and repel in trends, right? So if you would have been the market profile, okay, what Tim, how you know that this was going to be a consolidation week? I'm glad you asked that question. That's the next note that I had in here to share with you from the Twitter space that he did yesterday, right? And for anybody who like, hey, it's easy to say in hindsight, everything that I took notes on, I was at the lives in the Twitter spaces before, so I know he had already talked about doing this stuff before it happened, right? So, range bound weekly profiles, oh yeah, range bound range bound. That's what he called it, I think. Range bound with expansion on Thursday, Friday consolidation. Tuesday high or low, Thursday, Friday expansion. We already talked about that. Consolidation, Tuesday high, right, and then Thursday, Friday expansion to the downside, right. This time it was expansion to the downside, right. So you could have made a Tuesday low and then had expansion to the upside. So it's just flip it on its head. Now, the reason why he said it's likely to be a range bound week with expansion to the Thursday and Friday is because of, remember when I talked about when he told everybody to put these two volume imbalances on your chart, extend them out through the week, and watch how price reacts to them separately. Don't make them one whole block. Look at how price respects them separately, right? This is why, I ain't gonna say this is why, but this is part of the reason why, and look, Timmy Rogers' head, why he was using it as the profile to likely be a range bound with expansion. Right now, if you notice, when it came up into this new week opening gap that was above this week's, right? Price came up, it got to the first volume imbalance, it hit the second one that was above it, right? consolidated, poked above the second one, came back down, and all the bodies of these candles that wick below respected the new week opening gap and the volume imbalances, right? And then once we got up, we consolidated right around the top volume imbalance, right? Pushed up, hit that consequent encroachment of that wick, came back down, pushed up again, dropped back down, hit that there, came back, still working inside these volume imbalances and this new week opening gap. At the top of the new week opening gap is messing around inside the top volume imbalance. At the bottom part of the new week opening gap is messing around with the lower volume imbalance. Now, the lower volume imbalance and the new week opening gap are the same size, right? But you can see where price is differentiating at certain points between the volume imbalances. Like here, it's respecting the top more, right? It's respecting the top one more here, right? All of that is playing effect. And now, why is those volume imbalances so important, right? If you've he's been talking about this as of late, where it comes to looking at the chart on the electronic trading hours and the regular sessions, right? So looking at the area that I got shaded in, right? This is the whole week's worth of trading in this shaded in area. If you switch it to the regular trading hours, right? You notice the chart looks different, right? And look at it on the regular trading hours. Price went back and was respecting those areas, right? Looking at it without all of the overnight trading, right? Without all of the overnight trading, price is going back and busting people in the head who don't understand how where the price is most likely to go, because it's all about the liquidity. The price is the algo is always seeking the liquidity and balance, right? So for someone that's looking at from this Friday's close to this Thursday's open, right? Somebody who see this gap down like this right here, they like, oh my God, we finna die. If you the biggest bear in the woods and you've been trying to pick the top, and we open up the next day like this right here, and you get excited, you like, oh my God, we finna die. You just got trapped. Why? Because we more than likely in a consolidation area, because we're in between some new week opening gaps. And what did price do? Come back up to that, right to the top. Took everybody head off who tried to jump short here, right? So these imbalances right up there was part of the reason of thinking about, okay, these imbalance, liquidity and balance. These imbalances up here are more than likely going to draw price up to them, right? And it drew price up to it. And then once price got up to it, it dropped like it was hot, right? That's just looking at it with the and now he said this another gem I took down, right? Looking at it like I'm looking at it here. If you look at the regular hours on the 15-minute chart, then you will be able to see, like, you know what I'm saying, like the gap's good, and you can, you know what I'm saying, like y'all already know the bellwether chart is the 15-minute chart. He like to look at the 15-minute chart. That's the bellwether intraday chart, right? You get like most of what you need from the 15-minute, right? Not too low where it's too confusing for most people, but it's not too high where you're missing all the moves, right? That's just what I say. That ain't what he say, right? And then one last note I took down is look at this right here. This is a quick way. This is a quick way for you to see if we're opening up in a discount or a premium if you're not good at it. Y'all know how I try to see it every day, but most days I don't know. My what's the name just ended for some reason. I don't know why it ended. I don't know why it ended. Is my phone hot? My phone not hot. I don't know why it ended. I don't know. Anyway, most days when I'm looking at Spylean and I'll be like, Spylean about to gap up, about to gap down. We're in a discount right now. We're in a premium right now, just based off where price is. I talk about that like almost every day. If you're not good at seeing that, because I know sometimes when I talk about it, people be like, hey, can you explain that gap down thing again? If you're not good at seeing the gap down, right? Go to the 15-minute chart and switch it from electronic trading hours to regular trading hours, and then you will be able to visibly see if you like from this Wednesday to this Thursday, you can visibly see that we're opening up in a deep discount, right? We're opening up in a deep discount. So thinking, you know what I'm saying? Thinking logically, not anything dealing with price action or ICT or nothing. If you're thinking about stuff logically, right? If you're opening up and this deep of a discount, if you go into the store and you see something that's normally $100 and they got it tagged for $25, you like, man, that's a 75% discount. What do you want to do? You want to buy it, right? Not saying that you just supposed to buy every gap down, but what's more likely to happen if you gap down in a discount is more likely to get some kind of retracement. So sit on your hands for a minute and let the market show you that it wants to go up, right? Oh, it was on there for longer than an hour. Appreciate that, Phoenicia. So now for the gang, the people that tap in every day, right? What do Lil Timmy Rogers call it when the market tips his hand? When the market shows you the direction it wants to go, what do Lil Timmy Rogers call that? Somebody put it in the chat for me. Somebody put it in the chat for me. Somebody put it in the chat for me. What do Lil Timmy Rogers call it when the market tips its hand? When it shows you which direction it wants to go? What does Lil Timmy Rogers call it? Right? It looks something like this right here. What do I call it? while I'm waiting to see some. Oh, that's it. That's all I want to share. Ain't nobody gonna put it in the chat. Don't nobody know what I call it when the market tip his hand? I know it'd be a delay on my what's the name? I know it'd be a delay on my what's name, so I'm gonna blame it on the delay. I'm gonna blame it on the delay. It's 50 people on here. It don't nobody. Marcia put question marks in here. Don't bang out. Shout out Kareem. Shout out Kareem. Bang out. Hey, we gonna get a new spelling for it because Robinson said it's supposed to be an N in there. So this how we gonna spell it. Pie yow. That's it right there. Bang out. There you go. That's the new spelling. That's the spelling for it right there. Robinson said, hey, it sounds like it's supposed to be an N in there. So that's the spelling. Bang out. Waiting for the pine out, right? And then I ain't gonna look here. I know everybody can't sit through the lessons. I know everybody ain't gonna do the work. So we not gonna leave out, and I call a spade a spade. We ain't gonna leave out the lazy people, right? We ain't gonna leave out the lazy people. Now, looking at this chart right here, right? You think it's going to be, a consolidation with distribution later on in the week, right? Let's say you've been real patient all week looking for your short setup. You like, Tim, I'm waiting. I don't see no short setup. Okay, let's go through it. The market came up here. What did the market do right here? Now it's interaction time. On this 8:30 calendar on Tuesday, somebody put in the chat what the market did, right? On that 8:30 calendar on Tuesday. While y'all telling me, I'm putting all the clues on the screen. Give y'all time to type in the chat. What did that calendar right there do on Tuesday? I'm moving the stuff out the way so we can see it a little bit better, right? What on this calendar right here? Boom, not pullback. Not turtle soup. What is it called? What is this? What did it do right where I drew this line? What did we do right here? Right there. What's resting above that high right there? We did what with that candle right there? What's resting above this high? This candle shot up there and did what? Right? It is a turtle soup. It did close below the high. It did do all that. But what is that called? What's above this high right here? Liquidity sweep, liquidity run, took out buy side. Exactly. Right? We took out buy side. Right? What in the world? Get out of here, panel. What you doing? Buy side liquidity. Right? We took out the buy sizzle. We took out the buy sizzle. Center, put that in the middle, make that bigger. We took out the buy side liquidity, right? So boom, right? When you take out the buy side liquidity, you take out the buy side liquidity, you thinking you want to go short. This is for the people who don't want to do the work. I'm walking you through it step by step. You want to go short, you thinking it's going to go down, you're bearish, you saying it's going to be a range bound week with distribution on Thursday and Friday. You patient, you ain't trying to trade every day, you waiting, right? You see on Tuesday, we took out the buy side, right? Step one, you ran liquidity, right? You ran liquidity. When you run liquidity, boom, you took it. Now, you took liquidity to the upside because you want to take liquidity from the upside when you want to go down. Okay, got that, Tim. We took out the buy side liquidity, right? We did that on Tuesday. I'm waiting. Yes, indeed, I'm waiting. What are you waiting for, right? What are you waiting for? You're waiting for the market to give you a what? It's waiting for the market to give you a what? Now that we've taken the buy side liquidity, right? We're waiting on the market to do what? Right here, right? Right? We're waiting for the market to do what? Right here, right? We took liquidity, we came down, set a low, right? And now we hit that same spot, a little bit lower. What are we waiting for? Make a structure shift. That's right. Can you zoom in on the chart? That ain't important right now, Denise. We ain't looking at the individual candles. We're just looking at, we talking through the whole process. We ain't looking at the individual candles. We're looking at the whole process right now for the lazy people, right? I call a spade, right? For the lazy people. So now we're gonna call this a breaking market structure, BMS. God dog it, Tim, hit the M. BMS, right? We got a breaking market structure right here, right? And that, what time is that? That's Thursday at 9:30, right? So we got a breaking market structure right there, right? When we got that breaking market, before we got that breaking market structure, what does Lil Timmy Rogers call this move right here? What does Lil Timmy Rogers call that move right there? Make this fat. What does Lil Timmy Rogers call this move right here? Right? What do I call that move right there before we get to breaking market structure? I thought it stopped short of market structure shift. No, right here. This move right here. Right there. Right? We came up here. Boom. Took out the like if you come from there, we took out the buy side, then we came down and set this low and then went back up, right? This price leg right here that took out that market, that took out that buy side, right? That took out that buy side. Now we've come down right here, and we got a breaking market structure right there. But that breaking market structure comes off of the bang out, tip this hand to the downside. Bang out. You see that move right there? You see this move right here? You see how aggressive that was down? Look over here, right? We went up, we dilly-dallied up, we dilly-dallied down, we consolidated a little bit, we dilly-dallied up, right? Going up and down, up and down, up and down. Now I'll zoom in on the candles a little bit so you can see it better right here, right? So here, you know what I'm saying? We went up, we went down, 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 dilly-dally down, consolidate, dilly-dally, 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 dilly. And we got right over here, pang out, gone, pang out to the downside. When we got that pang out, we got a breaking market structure right there, right? Oh, Tim, do I go short now? No, you don't. Chill out, little Timmy Rogers. We're not breakout traders. We trade like smart money. We're not breakout traders. We trade like smart money. Smart money sells in the premium. They buy in the discount. They sell in the premium. They buy in the discount, right? If price come from here down to there, right, you get a pang out to the downside. Where is price right now? If price come from here to there, where is price right now? Right? Price is in a discount right now. You want to go short. Smart money buys in a premium, sells in a discount. Right? Well, Tim, how do I know the difference between premium and discount? Glad you asked that question. This is also in the content. Right? Anything above 50% of the price move is a premium. Anything below 50% of the price move is a discount. We were up here. We got the pang out. The market tipped his hand to the Otis. Get off my screen. The market tipped his hand to the downside. Now you're saying, oh, the market want to go lower. I want to sell, but we're in a discount. I'm not going to sell right here. Smart money sells in the premium, buy in the discount. So we're waiting for price to come back to an imbalance or a reference point. It comes back to the premium. Remember Mr. Volume Imbalance? Remember Mr. Volume Imbalance? Remember Mr. New Week Opening Gap? Remember Mr. Fair Value Gap? Remember Mr. Order Block right there? Let me spread these candles out. If you go through the content, all this stuff will make sense. All right? So it comes back. Mr. Volume Imbalance, Mr. Volume Imbalance, Mr. Fair Value Gap, Mr. Fair Value Gap, Mr. Fair Value Gap, Mr. Order Block, all this confluence of PD arrays, and where do they reside? Where the money reside, where the money reside, where the money reside? In the premium. It's in the premium of the price move. Smart money sells in a premium, buy in a discount. Comes back up to the premium. It's in the premium. It's okay to sell anywhere up in here if you want to. That just will require you to have your stop up here. You would have to have a larger risk. You lower your risk by dropping down into the lower time frames to figure out what's the best risk to reward for your portfolio. You make your entry in the premium because you want to go short, right? And then what does the market do? It does what it showed you it wanted to do over here. Down, down, baby, your street in a Range Rover, boom, boom. You better let it go. Thursday and Friday, distribution to the downside. So again, for those that don't want to do the work, those who don't want to do the work, let price trade. Let price take out some liquidity. Let price show you where it want to go with the pie now. And then let price come back to a discount or a premium. Right? And make your entry. If you want to go short, let price take out buy side liquidity. Give you a pie now that creates a breaking market structure to the downside. Wait for it to come back to a premium. And then sell it. If you want to go long, wait for price to do what it want to do. Let it take out sell side liquidity. Right? Let price give you a pie now, a breaking market structure to the upside. Then let it come back down to a discount and buy it. That's for the people who don't want to sit through the lectures and learn it for yourself. There you go. That's all I got. What y'all talk about in the chat? What y'all talk about in the chat? What'd you say? Check the calendar from Wednesday, created a breaker to the downside. Yeah, I ain't even gonna go that deep, Mendez. I ain't gonna go that deep. I'm just that was just like a brief overview for people who don't want to like really get into the content. That's just saying, hey, buying a discount, selling the premium. Can you explain how you found the market profile for the consolidation week, Thursday, Friday expansion? ICT, it's in the core content. It's in the core content. If you go through the core content, he break down how he determined all his profiles. His market pro, he have daily profiles, weekly profiles, monthly pro. He got, if you go through the core content, it's all in there. Hello, Anna. Hello, Elsa. Uncle Tim says hello. Ni hao. That's what is that? Is that Japanese or Mandarin? Ni hao. Ni hao is Japanese. Hey man, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. It's P-I-E now. We decided on a spelling. We decided on a spelling. I thought it stopped short of the market shift instruction. Yeah. Either this, sorry. Looking, it depends on how you like me, like this low right here. Me, I personally consider this a shift in sentiment, and I consider this a break in structure, because this right here is shifting down, true. But I personally don't look for it until we take out the sell side from the price leg that took out the buy side, and vice versa. Like from this high to that low, that's the price leg that took out the buy side liquidity. So for me, this is my own personal addition to the rule. I don't count it as a break in market structure until we take out that low. Now, true, this right here is a break in market structure because you took out that low. This right here is a break in market structure because you took out that low. This right here is a break in market structure because you took out that low. But I only see these as a shift in sentiment and not the true break in structure yet, because we're still fiddle-faddling around inside the price range that took out the buy side liquidity. You know what I'm saying? Until we break through that over here, it's still a chance for me to take out this high to want to continue going up. But once we take out this low, that's the market saying, with that aggression like that, with that, that's the market saying, hey, I want to go down. And I'm serious because I took out this low that just took out, like it delivered. Like anybody who went short up here, right? They sold to willing buyers down here. You know what I'm saying? They sold to willing buyers down here. And now what's happening to these willing buyers that want to go long, right? They happy. Yes, indeed, they happy. Buy out, knocked you out the box, but get out of there, punk. Forget you, punk. Yeah. So that's why that's why I count this as the break in market structure, and this just as a shift in sentiment. I'm really not personally, I'm not seeing anywhere that showed stopping short for a break in market structure, right? Because even if you go body to body, like these bodies are lower than these bodies, right? Even if you go body to body, those bodies are lower. So I'm not seeing the stopping short part on that, Ebony. Oh, you was looking at the wrong location. Okay. Um, that's what's up, Marco. Appreciate that gem. Um, that's it, man. Um, that's it. That's all I got. This. Oh, I'm getting way back up there when I was preaching. I ain't gonna read none of that. When I was venting, I ain't gonna read none of that stuff. I ain't gonna read none of that stuff. But what Robinson said? I hate you. Get off my line. I hate you. Hey man, I've been on here for an hour and a half. I'm sorry for going so long. I just want to um kind of address some stuff. I want to try to help some people who have been reaching out to me, and then I also want to share something with the people who just don't want to do the work. I tried to cover all bases. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know my story, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I made a vow between me and God that I would share this information for free 99 to try to help as many people as possible. Whatever I'm doing to achieve it, I'm gonna share it for free. And I'm out here. If you lazy and don't want to do the work, I gave you your piece. If you're doing the work, you understand what I'm saying. If you just discount it, hopefully you got a better understanding of why I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Just like when it come to being a Christian, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to do it in love. You got to do it with love. If people don't understand why you believe what you believe, go to the scripture and show it to them with love. If they still don't accept it, I'm a good feet dust. I dust the feet off. I dust the dust off my. I brush the dirt off my feet real good. I showed it to you. Ain't nothing else I can do. I showed it to you. Ain't nothing else I can do. You don't have to use it. But don't get mad at me because I do. Are we good? Are we good? Hey, I see y'all on Tuesday. Black Spiders, gold members. We ain't gonna do no chart. We ain't gonna do no chart prep today. The market closed tomorrow. I see y'all on Tuesday morning. Man, y'all good. Y'all Gucci anyway. Especially with people like Margot, Marcia, Father Legends, High, gang of people, man. Gang of y'all. I ain't gonna start calling names, man, cause all y'all be fire. Y'all be getting Mendez. Y'all be giving all kind of input, so y'all already know how to do y'all charts. And you got some colorful commentary for me today, anyway, man. I appreciate y'all as always. I see y'all. As anybody, I saw a couple names on here I didn't know. We go live Monday through Friday, except for when the market closed at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the morning, we talk about the overnight price action and what we expect the market to do that day. Then in the evening, we review the price action to see, you know what I'm saying, if we was in check with the algo, if we wasn't, what we could have did better, what Price actually did if we wasn't in tune with it. 9 a.m. Eastern time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Y'all pull up and hang out with us, man. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We're trying to get to 2,500. If you think there's a community you'd like to be a part of, hang out with us. Come here every day. Hang out with us, man. Oh, yeah. All members, all channel members, can y'all please go vote on the poll? We got 54. We got 50. Let me look at that right now. We got like 50 something channel members. And don't be trying to run and vote on it now because I'm talking about it. We got 50 something channel members. Let me go to my channel. Your channel. Membership. Come on, YouTube. Why are you tripping? Membership. Okay, looking at the membership, it says that 35 people have voted. Only 35 people voted. We got 50. How many members we got? Now I got to go to my members. Only 35 members voted, man. Where's my? They be changing stuff around, man. There it is, membership. 55 members. We got, oh, why y'all ain't tell me we had somebody new? No Profit Dude. No Profit Dude. Shout out No Profit Dude for pulling up 1 day ago. It say No Profit Dude pulled up 1 day ago. We got a new member. Welcome, No Profit Dude. Let me get No Profit Dude his screen time. Shout out No Profit Dude. The new member, the newest member to the joining the Black Spider team. Again, the channel memberships are totally unnecessary. You don't have to do it. I really appreciate y'all for supporting the channel in a financial way. Shout out Pet Nika. Pet Nika got her fancy dancy badge, y'all. Pet Nika has her fancy dancy badge. And shout out all the other people with the fancy dancy badge. If you don't know what the fancy dancy badge is, everybody that's got a dark blue badge, they've been supporting the channel in a financial way for less than a month. Everybody that has a light blue badge with a star in the middle, they've been supporting the channel in a financial way for longer than a month. Longer than a month, less than 2. So shout out Pet Nika for getting her fancy dancy badge, and shout out No Profit Dude for joining the Black Spiders. For joining the Black Spiders. Pull up. Now, can the other 20 people that have not voted please go vote on the poll in the membership section? Click on membership, go down and click on the, can I pin it to the top? Let me go see if I can pin it to the top. No, I can't pin. It won't let me pin in there. But click and go down, right? Click and go down. This is the top. This is what the membership section going to look. If you're not a Black Spider member, you're not going to see like the journals. You're not going to see my journal entries. You're not going to see the my trading day things if you're not Black Spider. If you're just gold or silver, then this should be the poll should be like at the top of yours. The Black Spiders, you're going to have to scroll down. But the gold members and the silver members, you shouldn't have to scroll that far. Please go to the poll and vote. It's been up there for 9 days, and we only got 35 people voted. We want everybody to vote before we make it final. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. What's going on? What you said about a hurricane? What? Oh, yeah. Thank you. You rang. What is that? You lurch. Anyway, man, that's it. That's all I got. I'm gone for real this time, y'all. I think my sweetie back. I don't know. What are your mom out there? Is your mom out there? Oh, my sweetie not back yet. Tim with his math issue again. The other 20 can vote in one way and still. Hey, I know it ain't gonna. I told you that before. That it ain't gonna change, but this is a democracy. So everybody got to vote. Everybody got to vote. It's a democracy. Y'all already know how I felt. I said it was gonna be 100, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? And then the community started growing. You, one of the main ones who took charge and started making the community what it is now. And then so Mr. I wanna be an admin cause Angela admin, and I want to post stuff by DRIDR. Now everybody need to vote so that, and I'm gonna keep talking about it until everybody vote. How you like them apples? Hey, man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend, man. I'll see y'all at 9 o'clock on Tuesday, man. I'm gone.